Hey guys, since it's fall, I wanted to show you guys a little trick. Right now, pumpkins are in season, at least in the States. I don't know about everywhere else, but you can actually buy a fresh pumpkin like this. This is called a sugar pumpkin. It's got like thicker skin and it's really sweet. And instead of buying the cans, so if you're making pumpkin pie or whatever, and you can make your own puree, it's actually cheaper. I got this pumpkin, this big one, for less than it cost just for a can of puree pumpkin. So I'm gonna show you how to do that and how to make your own puree. So the first thing you wanna do is preheat your oven to, I'm gonna go Fahrenheit because it's the States once again. So I'm gonna preheat my oven to 350. Okay, and then the next thing you wanna do is you gotta cut your pumpkin in half. So I usually kind of turn it this way so I can get around the stem here. You want a nice sharp knife and you're gonna cut straight through the middle like this. Okay, so you have two halves. They're not even, it doesn't really matter. But the next thing you want to do is kind of like when you make a jack-o'-lantern, you're going to scrape out all the seeds. Okay, so as you can see, I got all the seeds out. I told you before, these pumpkins have a little thicker skin. You can see how nice and thick that is on the pumpkin. And that's the part that you're going to use for the puree. So the thicker the pumpkin skin, the more puree you're gonna get, and that's what's good about those sugar pumpkins. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I have some spray oil, and I'm just gonna spray the edges here because when I lay them on the pan, I don't want them to stick. So just spray the tops. You can hear my son. Okay, spray them. And then you're going to place them face down on a cookie sheet to put them in the oven. Okay, so my oven is heated up now, and as you can see, I put the pumpkins, the halves on this cookie sheet. So I'm gonna put them in the oven. I'm gonna set the timer for 30 minutes. Okay, so once you take your pumpkin out of the oven, it should be kind of brown like this. See that nice brown color? You're gonna wanna let it cool, obviously, because it's really hot. And you need to be able to touch it. So give it about 20 minutes to cool and then come back to it. So it's cooled off a bit. What I'm gonna do next is using the same spoon that I used to scoop out the seeds. I'm going to scrape out the pulp of the pumpkin here, and I'm gonna put it into my blender. This is just that one half, and as you can see, I got most of the pulp out of there. All right, next thing I want to do is I'm going to blend it. So I'm going to put the lid on here. Okay, great. So I'm going to blend this up to complete puree. Okay, so this is just that one half of the pumpkin, and as you can see, it's made almost 3 cups of puree. That's what it will look like when it's done. And I'm actually making a pumpkin soup right now. So I needed a little bit of puree. I didn't want to buy it from the can, so I ran to the store and got a pumpkin. But now I can put a little extra puree in my soup.